In this video, we will talk about the 10 best superheroes movies in history. Our evaluation here is based mainly on the rate of re-watchability. In other words, it is not enough for the movie to be artistically beautiful, as it should be also one of the most picked movies by fans to watch and enjoy again from time to time without feeling bored. Basically, we will discuss our opinion, which we expect to be definitely different from other respected opinions. So do not be upset if you didn't find your favorite movie here, or not in the order you want. Let's start together. Number 10, Blade 2. We will start our journey with an important movie for my generation. One of the works which influenced action flicks in general. It had some flaws and was not perfect. But it is a movie that respects the world of its comics. Yet you can enjoy it even if you don't know anything about them. Very interesting and very entertaining. A simple but powerful plot, with a mood full of badassness. A sweet mix of action scenes along progressive story events. Frankly, we still can't understand how Marvel intends to complete the series without Wesley Snipes. Number 9, Unbreakable. You might be asking yourself now, isn't this a video about the best superheroes movies? Don't worry. We did not deceive you. Unbreakable is a movie about superheroes too. The plot is incredible, even though it revolves around a regular citizen in a usual life. The real hero in this movie is the director who was able to make a believable out-of-the-box story about superheroes. This is a movie that is worth watching and admiring. Number 8, Avengers Infinity War. The bad news for Marvel fans, this is the only MCU movie from this list. Of course, there are certainly many good works from the MCU like Avengers Endgame, SpiderMan, No Way Home, Captain America, The Winter Soldier and more. But there are also many other films which deserve to be included in the list over them. Infinity War does a very difficult task. It featured many main and secondary characters who have been presented prior during 10 years of Marvel Cinematic Universe. And still, the viewer didn't lose focus or got lost. It also presented a distinctive plot which is arguably still discussed globally until today. A philosophical issue worthy of contemplation, not only did it create a wide debate, but also ensured that the audience waited for the next sequels, and caused the Avengers Endgame movie that came after it to achieve the greatest gains in the history of cinema. Number 7, X-Men Days of Future Past. The X-Men movie series is one of the most important in the history of superheroes. Its first adventure in the year 2000 with the first part, and its success, is the main reason for the emergence of many other superheroes movies after that, especially from Marvel and its world. This movie brings together the new and old casts of the series in a way that is tightly linked with a fashionable cover of writing and good direction. A love letter to all fans. Collecting the best elements of all prior X-Men movies and upgrading them too. Many people consider this movie to be the actual end of the series, for logical reasons. Number 6, Batman Returns. This movie is now considered one of the classics of the superheroes movies genre. Tim Burton, the director at the top of his success, made a film as if it was a comic story turned to life. Every detail in the fantasy world detached from reality here is made with care to perfection. It's like watching a dream on a night that mixes the spirit of Halloween and Christmas. The music, the effects, the dialogue between the characters, the escalation of events, and every other element in the movie is done in a way that makes it the most loyal superhero movie to the world of Gothic comics. Number 5, Spider-Man. We apologize to the fans of Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield, but to us the Tobey Maguire version is still the best, and perhaps his appearance along his arch-enemies in No Way Home made this movie an even way better one. Spider-Man, in our opinion, is someone you think is a very normal person, but in fact he is quite special with his intentions and determination. The comics are all about his journey to be a hero. Spider-Man's core theme is his willingness to use his powers in a responsible manner. And even though the first trilogy has its share of flaws, it is still the best in terms of story construction, character development, fun factor, villains, and also action and comedy scenes are just way good. Frankly, it was a difficult choice between the first and the second entry of this trilogy to enter the list, but at the end we chose the first part. If you are a fan of the new Spider-Man movies and have not watched the old ones before, we advise you to give them a chance. Number 4, Dark Knight Rises. In Batman Returns and its prequel, Tim Burton introduces to us the unreal fantasy world that emerges from the Batman comics. But in Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy, whose third movie we are talking about here, the director gave us a very realistic vision that we did not experience before, which made us as viewers believe that it is indeed possible that a Batman can exist among us. The third movie introduced themes from the previous 2 parts with an overdose of elaborate acting and well-crafted characters. A dazzling and sufficient conclusion to the series. Before making the movie, Nolan told reporters that he was afraid, because he did not know many series, where the third part of it was good. But he was able to break this challenge in a deeply touching, political movie full of anger and fatigue. And we can consider it the best ending to the best Batman trilogy presented to date. Number 3, X-Men First Class. The movie that could have killed the X-Men franchise forever or saved it. A very risky bet, which was managed in a professional manner. Many bold decisions have been made, including not completing the previous story with the missed plot lines and returning back with a prequel before the first movie of the series. The challenge included replacing the actors, whom the fans were associated with younger cast. But the movie succeeded. And the reason for this success can be summed up in a few words. This is a movie which can move the audience between its light scenes and its serious scenes with great grace and skill. Best movie about superheroes' origins in our opinion. Number 2, Watchmen. Put one of the best writers named David Hayter with an outstanding visual director named Zack Snyder, and ask them to produce a movie of one of the most powerful graphic novels in the history of the comics world. And they will make you one of the best movies that has been done in the history of cinema in general, not just superheroes or even action movies. It does not matter that the actors are not A+ stars. And it doesn't matter that the Watchmen as superheroes aren't as famous or culturally recognizable as Superman or Captain America. What is important is the method of implementation. This movie is a painting of beauty. An inspiration for every movie lover or art lover in general. Every written word, every scene, every idea is carefully wrapped in order to deliver a very complex message that is slowly delivered with comfort over the duration of the film from the first scene until the end. If you have not seen this movie, there is something of quite importance that you are missing. A different movie than what is usually available. Okay, before we say which movie is number 1. Let's mention a few films that were very close to entering the list. They are all beautiful and artistic. However, they were not allowed to enter, as the competition was very difficult. Spider-Man, No Way Home. Spider-Man 2. Superman 2. Man of Steel. Split. Avengers Endgame. Batman Begins. Hellboy 2. V for Vendetta. X2. Logan. Number 1, The Dark Knight. Honestly, we think most people were not surprised by this choice. We think some have seen it from afar. This movie acted as a violent jolt in the film industry. It introduced new concepts which were exposed for the first time in this manner in visual literature. The truth is that this movie, after its release years ago, is currently being taught and analyzed in different film schools in international universities. Not only are they studying the making of it, but they are studying its ideologies and vision. The director brought us the most believable versions of the worlds of superheroes, despite the extreme ideas of their main characters. 2.5 hours of immersion with a gravitational acceleration greater than what physicists have known. An adrenaline-filled trip. You will live the rest of your life influenced by glimpses of that movie. And you will find yourself wondering about it from time to time. So, that's it. Again, we know that your list of best 10 superheroes movies can be totally different, and we respect that. We kindly ask you to write down in the comments your opinions and own rankings of your favorites. Also, we kindly ask you to share and like this video, as it helps this channel a lot. Thank you.